think we're live. The camera's not on, but we'll wait to see. Test. Oh, I see. It reverted back to our 4K podcast starting, so that's going to be choppy.
Oh, jeez.
But that's all right, because that's not really important.
Yeah, I know I said I'd say about smaller versions. I still haven't done that.
Well, it's really not worth it. Eventually, one of us gets a better computer, right?
It's true. Yeah. As soon as they put out that deal. Okay, there we go.
We're on?
Yes, this is it.
Okay. All right, we're going to turn the camera on. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
Hey, here we are.
Jeremiah, do you have
Just
a hiatus update of how long
hiatus.
it was?
It's been over a month, or at least
Over
a month. I think it was a month.
A month?
Since the last time we streamed.
I
Yes,
feel a little better if it's just a month. Any
Yeah,
longer,
I mean,
I
well,
feel
that's what it
worse.
says on YouTube anyway. That it was a month
we-
since I uploaded it, but I did do it at like a week late.
So we're
it's
down
been
to
like
25,000
weeks.
viewers?
Yeah, exactly.
Not at
we
50,000.
yeah,
We
exactly.
lost 25,000.
So
Well, we've got someone special. Oh, yeah, I'm Kyle, Jeremiah. We've got someone special.
Hello, peoples.
Yep, that's right. We got him.
We
Yep,
captured
we
this
got
one.
him. Yep, you know him, you love him, the one and only
I'm not even
Jared.
in frame.
There he is. Yep, you could. I got the chat sitting over your head.
so
here,
you
so
can't see me?
You can
you're
see
Totally,
me.
you're
Yep.
totally in the
Oh,
frame.
I'm sorry
Yep.
about that.
There you are. Yep.
We took him right off the set of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but like the real set, not the actors. The show based upon.
Right.
Oh,
So yes, so we finally got him. Yep. So thanks for being.
he's
on
been
the stream
talked
here.
about before on the podcast.
All good things, I'm sure.
Probably not.
No.
I'm going to be honest with you. We talk about a lot of people. Rarely do we have nice things to say. But you've heard it. It's not behind your back. It's all things that have been said.
Oh, right,
We've-
because I
we've said
definitely
it
listen to
front.
your podcast.
We said
No,
it
no,
all
no.
in.
You've been told
Your face.
outside of camera, to the face before.
Sounds like my kind of podcast.
Oh, there are no rules. We actually read through the worst slurs you could say. And we had said worse slurs than, I guess, the top 10. Remember that?
It was surprisingly mild.
Yeah, it was very
I
mild.
think, yeah. Yep. Were swears.
Swears?
Yeah, they were swears, not slurs. But
No.
yeah,
Maybe we say slurs. I don't know.
I don't think we have.
There's
no.
been 29,
That's-
there's 28 episodes before this. A lot of things have been said.
Of course, I say that, and someone's gonna come through and be like, "Nope, there you go. There it is."
Dude, I will fight you
Yep.
live.
Right.
All right, we've been gone. A lot
So,
has happened. We saw Spider-Man.
It has. Yeah. Yes. There's a lot of topics that we could cover.
Like Diablo
So,
Immortal.
Oh boy. Yeah. That's.
Well, we talked about Diablo a bunch on the podcast.
We did. Yeah.
And Final Fantasy.
Right.
It flopped. I guess I'll just start off. I was very excited for it, just to have Diablo on my phone.
Sure.
And I still think it's good. It's decently put together.
That's what I've heard. I've
played
heard
for
that
an hour.
unfortunately, it is a fun game
It is.
that is like cloaked and soaked in just absolute.
And I never hit microtransactions. I didn't play long enough.
You're right.
And I've heard a lot of people said that. You can get a decent amount of playtime, but then
Yeah.
that's it.
Because I've heard like they say it doesn't actually like start putting the pressure on until you hit like level 40, and then from there it just gets worse and worse. But
Something's happening on our camera.
it is, yeah.
I see-
I mean, I still see us. I don't know what's
no,
I
we're
don't know
still
what's going
good.
on there, but yeah,
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
It's just the wife requesting $1,000 on Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Just for funsies.
Daily thing you got to deal with, right?
Yeah, I just, ignore them. I don't have $1,000 to give.
Not
Give
for
it to
her.
Diablo Immortal first.
There you go. Yeah, it's crazy. I've heard people like legit dropping $4,000 a day.
I mean, what do you
So,
do to have that kind of money?
I don't know. I mean, really. I mean,
4,000 a day. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, there's
So
a
you're
four-wheeler
you're
every day.
either-
You're just
yeah,
buying new
you're-
four-wheelers.
You're either like, like I don't care. I'm already in debt. I'll just rack it up until,
Or a streamer,
come
maybe,
for me.
but still, that's a lot.
right?
Maybe they sell tricks on the side.
Maybe.
Who knows? Yeah. I mean,
But 4,000
or their
a
parents
day?
are rich or something like that. Yeah. Got a big
I just think
lawsuit
4,000 a
payout.
day, I'd just be eating steak. I'd be like, you could, for $4,000 a day,
Well,
you
it's
could fly
funny 'cause,
private
like-
to steakhouses. Like
I mean,
3
that's-
steak meals a day, just flying private.
Oh, honey,
Right?
what did you do today? Well, I went to the East Coast,
Yeah.
and their steak sucks, but it was worth it.
It was worth it. So then I went down to Vegas. You know what's weird? I didn't get to the steakhouse in Vegas. I don't know what happened there, but then I remember waking up home, so it must have went well. Yeah, $4,000 a day.
Yeah. So I guess Asmongold was playing it.
I have no idea who that is.
He started as like a World of Warcraft streamer, and has played like other.
Was
games
there
as streams.
streaming back when in World of Warcraft's heyday? When did streaming start?
Man, that's a good question. I don't know when it really got popular, but I mean, I know people that have done podcasts like since like forever ago.
They weren't
like,
live though, right?
I remember like watching like some of the first, like podcasts that they called it something else. It was like a vidcast or something like that, or
Yeah, I
a
remember
vlog or something.
Now you're aging yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I
I mean,
used
really,
to see them, but you had to do it on like CSS or HSS or
exactly.
whatever
Yes.
that was.
Yep. Yeah.
Where it like
An
download
RSS feed or
yeah,
something
RSS
like that.
feed,
Yeah. But
You
yeah,
had
I
to,
had to go
like, sign up
somewhere
for it.
special. Like there was like two channels I used to love to watch. There was a tech channel called like Hack 5 or something like that. And then another one was a like this tiki bar. Like they just make mixed drinks or whatever. And I'm like, I don't drink, but these characters are entertaining.
That's what's
So-
you know it's good. I watched.
Girl's cute and
Oh,
you
it's
know
a girl. There
yeah.
you go. That explains it.
Hook, line, and sinker.
That was it.
I was
There you
gonna
go.
tell you
They
mine,
got
but
me.
it's
Yeah.
not even a girl. I watch Pokemon card openings and unboxing
Oh, yeah. Okay.
from PokeRev.
Yeah.
I'm not into Pokemon at all, but the guy like his voice or how he does is captivating. I'll just be sitting there watching and he'll be going through and be like, that's a
There's
$4
something.
card.
Well,
I'm
I mean, there's something to
nice.
that. It's
I
like
am, I
you
don't
know,
care at all.
you get the dopamine hit from watching someone open stuff, and you don't have to pay for it. I mean, that's really what it is. It's like
It might be.
anything could be in here. This could be a winner. It's the same thing as playing the slots or
Playing slots is
Yeah.
good. You can just lose yourself in a slot like bing,
right.
bing.
Well, that's what they want.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what they want.
Yep.
That's why there's no clocks in casinos.
Yeah, it was great. We were in Vegas when I was in middle school, and we were at a casino. And I remember walking by a guy sitting there smoking cigarettes at a slot machine. Like, man, it's pretty. I was young.
zombied out. Your parents took you to a casino in Vegas when you were in middle school.
It gets worse than that. But we walked past this guy as we were going to bed. I'm like, man, this guy, he's up late. Like, how does he stay awake playing this? When we came down for breakfast in the morning, the guy was at the same machine, still playing,
It's my lucky
Still
machine.
smoking.
still smoking. Yeah, cigarettes at the time were free there. I don't know if they still are. They'll just bring you drinks because they want you to keep doing it. Yeah, I got kicked out of 2 casinos in Vegas. I was 15. I had my driver's permit. My stepdad would bring me down there, and he's like, all right, you can sit at a machine near me. And he's like, but if they come talk to you, I don't know you. And I was like, okay.
You're on your own, kid.
So I remember sitting there, and the guy comes up to me, and he goes, what do you say? He's like, can I see your driver's license? And I was like, I don't have one. It's like, you have an ID? It's like, no. He goes, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the betting floor. And I was like, okay. Just stood up and walked away. Because I knew, like, there's no arguing it.
Right.
Yeah, he just kicked me out.
Jeez, if you're already playing, dumb, why didn't you say, "What's a betting floor"?
Yeah, because I would sit really close. That way, if like I saw people, like I could just get up and leave. And so my stepdad just met me a little off. It's win-win for them. I don't know why they'd stop you. Like they're taking your money, and if you win a big jackpot and they come to like verify it, they can't pay you.
Right.
I feel like it's win-win. That's why a lot of companies don't drug test anymore for weed. It's like, well, you're here. If you screw up, we just fire you. It's win-win. We get your work, and if you're a productive smoker, you're fine.
Yep.
No comment?
No.
Sure,
I wouldn't know about
I
that.
wouldn't know about I had nowhere to go from that.
You have nowhere to go. Anything. Gambling at 15.
No.
Smoking in the workplace.
No, I've not. I've actually never been to Vegas, but I have. The only time I've ever been gambling was it was either in Detroit or
You've only been
no,
gambling
Canada,
once?
I think. Yeah, just once. Yeah.
You want to go to Canada tonight?
No.
It's 45 minutes away. We can go gamble.
I was just
Yeah. Do you know how much
almost
gas
Canada.
is? I'm not driving to Canada. No.
No,
forget it.
it's right across. Their casino
Too far.
is so much nicer than here.
Anything further away than 5 miles, forget it. Not going.
What if I drive? Let's go to the casino. I love going to the casino.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I spent $5.
That's
Yes.
You're telling me the one time you gambled $5 in a casino?
Yes, that's right. Yep. Yeah. It's not really my thing.
It's fun.
Yeah. I mean, the only other time I played anything for money was nickel and dime in college. We're playing Texas Hold'em. So
Well, yeah, I don't play. You got to
but-
play like roulette is good. Blackjack. That's about all I play in the casino.
Yeah.
Stay away from the slots.
Right.
But
Well, that's what I did. You know,
Detroit is
play
horse
the
racing
nickel
now?
slots. You know, $5 nickel slots. You goes a pretty long way. You
your
know, so-
best odds is a 1 to 3 line slot machine.
Yeah.
They're usually more expensive. It's like $5 a spin, but you only have the 1 or 2 lines. Because
Yeah.
all these electronic ones, it's like 50 lines. They're all crisscross and
Yes.
zigzag, and if
Right.
you don't bet the max, you can't win the jackpot.
Yeah, the only other experience I have from playing slots was from the original Space Quest game. In that, if you get like all skulls, it kills you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
So,
even gamble.
That's probably why I don't like gambling. Because
Yeah,
I'm like,
turned you off.
exactly.
You
Yeah,
could die.
I could die.
The GTA 5 casino is super accurate. You can put your foot on there if you want.
Yeah.
I don't want everybody to see my feet. Actually, I'm actually wearing matching socks today. That's impressive.
They're not.
Um,
They're two different color blacks.
I'm not.
I don't know. Call me colorblind.
I wore pajamas on this podcast, right? It's
I'm just
zero
joking. I didn't even
intention.
see.
These are both Puma socks. Yeah, I buy all Puma, and they're both kind of white in the middle, so maybe I could get away with it.
Hmm.
Now everyone knows I'm wearing mismatched socks, but man, you should go to the casino. I usually go with $50 or $100.
Oh, yeah?
That's it. It's usually like 50 because this is what you spend to go see a movie, right? After popcorn, popping your ticket, it's around $50. But I can get more than 2 hours in a casino.
Yeah.
If you go with a few people, because you can watch them gamble, you can walk around. There's a lot of people watching at casinos. Brings out the strange people.
So does Walmart, though.
And that's
Walmart's
free.
just down the street. Yeah, exactly.
It's not as good. It's not as good. Yeah, Walmart's like disgusting, and like you don't want to see them, and it's really bright and unflattering. Like casino is like nice and dim, neon lights. You got the old guy that's like 500 pounds with an oxygen tank, smoking with the thing in his nose. He's still smoking. It's like smart man. It's
Hey,
both.
you know what? It's a race. What's gonna kill me first? The lung cancer or the obesity?
Right? Or lighting my oxygen tank on fire, my pure oxygen,
Right?
the open flame. Yeah, casinos are they're interesting. They're fun. Walking around's cool. Canada has better beer choices. You don't drink. Canadian beer on draft is way better than here.
Is that Molson? Is that what it is? Is that
It
Canadian?
was called Rickards.
Oh,
It's the same company that owns Blue Moon.
That sounds like a disease.
Rickards?
yes, Ricketts.
It's good. Rickards White, it was called. They also have Rickards White is the same as Blue Moon. Same company, parent company owns them both, but much better over there.
Hmm.
You can smoke Cuban cigars in Canada.
Oh yeah.
They don't have any embargo or treaties or whatever, so you can just get them there
Hmm.
for a normal
Yeah, but
price.
see, the only reason they actually are better is because they're illegal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the
Well,
only
you
reason
can
why.
buy it there. We can drive across the border like a mile away. Now it's illegal. Other than that, I don't go anywhere else. We had to go to a mall because one of the guys we went with really wanted poutine.
Yeah.
Why? It's like
You
French
can-
fries.
You can
right?
get that here.
Oh, can you?
Oh yeah, yeah. They have it at the corner bar.
Oh, okay. I don't
So-
ever go there.
Hmm.
And you get to go over the bridge and through the tunnel. Border Patrol may or may not stop you. They've stopped me every time. But
Me too. Yeah,
they
yeah.
stop me
But I
every
mean,
time.
granted, I did look like I was up to some shady stuff there with a car full of teenagers and and just a literal black trash bag full of snacks, but you don't know they're snacks because
It's in a black
it's
trash
in a
bag.
black trash bag. Yes.
Did they detain you?
Yeah, actually, we had to pull over and have them search my vehicle and everything. Yeah.
Did you get to watch them do it?
Yeah, yeah. They didn't pull us in anywhere.
Me and Nick got pulled into the compound.
Yeah.
But we went over at like midnight and came back at like 2 a.m. So maybe it was sketchy. It was just us
Right.
two. But yeah, we
I
got.
think it also had to do with like, what are you doing? What are you gonna do when you're here? And I'm like, some stuff.
That's what you told them.
That's what I told them.
We
Yep.
told them the casino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time I'm going over there
Yeah. No, I wasn't too quick on my feet there.
on your
And
answers.
my thinking, yeah. It's like
Yeah, we
we
told.
don't
them
really have a
that.
plan. We're going to the casino for one, but beyond that, who
See,
knows?
The Canadians
we could do
are
anything.
cool.
We could drive down the wrong way in a one-way street, which I ended up doing.
Really?
Yes.
I still don't know if you can turn right on red there, and I'm always sketched out.
Yeah.
Because like here, it's no problem on
Right.
one ways, but like every time I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. I don't really know. And my car doesn't have kilometers an hour on it.
Mine did. Yeah, I switched it over in
Yeah,
the
mine
tunnel.
doesn't have that. So
Yeah.
it's just a guesstimate. I'm like, I'm
Right?
going if around. GPS
I'm doing
doesn't
math
work over there,
while
so
I-
I'm like,
yeah.
we're something. All right, we're close.
Yeah, I had my my '88 Cadillac, and it had that in there. Had that
Crossing the
option.
border, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you guys doing over here? There's a kilo of blow in the trunk and a dead
Mhm.
body in a trash bag. Don't worry about it.
That's right. Yep.
That Cadillac was really cool though.
It was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Probably drives like
It's my
your
second
car.
favorite car. I mean, like right behind my Camaro. Like I love my Camaro for.
You ever driven one of those cars like he's got, like an Oldsmobile? Like
Oh,
a
yeah.
town car? Drive
Yeah.
like caddies, man. It's like a
Oh,
couch.
yeah. It's
My-
like
I had
driving
like
couch
a-
down the road.
I know
I
it's
had
nice.
a what was it? A '91, I want to say.
Oldsmobile?
Yeah. So, and then I had a Cutlass Sierra before that. So I'm driving a grandma car followed
You
by
drive all
a
big
grandpa
cars. You
car,
like
yeah.
them big cars, man.
yeah. So, but yeah. So it was that. I mean, they're great. Like the land boats are just phenomenal. Just such great rides. They really are.
Mine's huge, but it doesn't drive like that. But I can't fit 8 bodies in the trunk. We were driving down to Florida and we were loading up all of our luggage, and one of the guys is like, "How many bodies do you think you could fit in here?" I don't know. Get in there and let's just like guesstimate 8. So as we're sitting here talking, and he's like, yeah, like this. And I'm like, "Hey, but if you were a body, I can move your leg."
That's
We're
right.
talking about it, and he's like, "So yeah, 8." As people are walking by and they're looking at us, I'm like, they definitely don't trust us anymore. I'm like, those people live in our building, and they're
Right?
like, Those are
9. We
counting
could make it
bodies.
9. We could make it 9.
Right, just break somebody's knees backwards.
Yeah, so it was like 7, like, so you could do like 4 laying flat,
Mhm.
full on bodies, and then like 3 on top of it, but then it gets a little skinnier, so you'd have to move his legs a
Yeah.
little.
Right.
But when I had my Park Avenue, I drove 7 people, so there's 8 of us total, comfortably.
Really?
Yeah.
We took the car Jeremiah's driving, that actual car we took, 5 people down to Florida with no complaints. And you just had, what, 4 or 5 people in it?
I mean, normally, like when I'm shuffling my friends around
Well,
at lunch, but
When you just
Usually
went to
5.
downtown, how many, or not downtown, when you went to the cave, how many did you have in it?
oh, 3
Only 3?
total. Yeah.
With no complaints?
No.
Yeah, that back seat's big.
Yeah.
Especially if they sit behind you.
Granted, we had the girl in the back, and she's tiny, so
You made the girl sit in the back?
gave her the option,
I
so
mean, you can't do that. If there's 2 guys and 1 girl, the girl always gets shotgun. It's just how it is.
Hmm.
It's how
no,
it is.
she preferred that, so it worked. It worked out.
Okay. That makes it look like you two are dating and she's the friend.
No.
Right? That's what it
Right?
looks like.
Yeah, exactly. But they're married, so yeah, it's not a.
Oh. Okay, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true, because if you were driving me and Joy, I would sit up front with you. Yeah, okay. Checks out.
Yep.
Checks out.
Yep.
Math checks out. I don't want to sit in the back. We're married. What else? What am I doing here?
I already got you. I don't need to be chivalrous. Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm thinking.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I would drive that Cadillac again if I had it.
So
Like,
that
it was
Cadillac
total,
or your
but-
Camaro, which one are you taking?
Both.
No, they're both sitting
They're
on the lot.
both.
You got to get in one of them.
Well, probably the Camaro. Like I
Okay,
said, it's
here
my
we go.
second
All
favorite
right.
car. But yeah, number one's a Camaro, but yeah, close behind.
Now, what if it's a new Cadillac and a new Camaro next to each other?
I mean, it would have to be like the same. Like if it was like everything was brand new, like I had like a time machine, pulled that car.
No, I know.
From
Now I'm
88,
changing it though. I want to know what. You
Boom!
would,
It's right off the line. Like yeah, that'd be amazing.
no, I want to know like if you had to have, because it was a sedan, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. You have to do a 2022 CT5. That's their sedan.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have to do a 2022 Camaro SS. Which one are you driving off the lot? There's the 22 Camaro SS.
Yeah. Yes.
You want the Camaro?
Absolutely.
I
Are you
think it's
kidding me?
uglier. I think I'd take the CT5.
Yeah, plus the insurance on it, on the Camaro is going to be crazy.
Like, I still like this style. This is a ZL1.
Yeah. Yeah.
That looks
absolutely.
much better than...
It does. Yeah.
Like this is squinty and weird and ugly. And that is still cool.
Right.
It almost looks like a Charger. They just don't look good now. Yours was the best, and
Yep.
then the ZL1 looks the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at.
Right.
Those CT5s are nice, but I guess the power, the Camaro.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's the same body, so you could probably put the old front end on.
Hmm.
They haven't changed the frame, just the two bumpers through since whenever that was, 2010.
Yes. Yep. That's what I got.
Yeah, nothing's changed. Interior maybe a little bit. Same horrible view lines.
It
No
really
back
was.
window.
It really was. I mean, like that took a while to get used to. Of like, well, you got to drive by feel, not by sight. 'Cause,
And you're taller than
yeah.
me, so it's probably even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm like a shorter guy,
Yeah.
so like I can
Forget it.
see
Like,
the whole
you're not-
windshield.
you're not
You're
seeing
like at the
anything.
height of the
Mhm.
skinny little rectangle you
Yep.
gotta look through.
Yeah. You're not seeing anything around you. So.
When you get another one, let's cut a hole in the roof and put a bubble so you can like sit above the car looking
right?
around like the Pope or Mr. Bean.
Yes, that's it. I'll put a lounge chair on the top and drive with ropes.
There was a guy that did that on YouTube. They sat on the top and tied ropes to the steering wheel. Very dangerous.
Yes.
It reminds me of the days of internet challenges where people were car surfing. Remember
Yeah.
when that was big?
Yeah.
They'd drive their car and they'd hop out and get on the roof of it.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know
Right.
why people didn't think that was going to cause problems.
Well, I mean, they had that one recently where they, leave the door open and they're, dancing.
Oh,
along
dancing next to it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
In the
Oh.
import scene, there was a trend where you would take your steering wheel off because they'd quick disconnect. And one guy just takes it off in like a video, like his car driving next to me, he's like showing it off. And then the next literal clip is the guy coming back because the guy slammed into the highway wall. Because you can't steer. Like, if
Right.
anything happens
Yeah.
and the wheel turns, now you can't just push it back on because
Yep.
it's off. Yeah, it just crashed it right into a wall.
Jeez.
In my Park Avenue, you could take the key out of the ignition while it was still driving.
Really?
I don't know if that was a feature or a bug, but
That's a bug.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a feature.
No, I've had
But-
cars that do that too. Yeah.
The
It-
four-wheeler does it. The
Yeah.
four-wheeler doesn't need a key. I'll come to a stop, turn it off, I'm like, well, it's good to know this key does nothing.
Yeah.
oh, I messed with so many people the first time driving with me. Because I'd be like going down the highway and then just like pull the key out, like pretend that I dropped them. I was like, oops. Uh-oh. You'd freak out.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
funny.
I like the whole tossing to him. Like, hang on to that for me. Don't lose it.
We don't need these where we're going. You should. Did you ever try starting it with like a screwdriver or anything, just to
Mm-mm.
see if it would?
Probably could have.
That's a good way to get a ticket, even if it's your car. Get pulled over with no keys in the car. The officer's like, where are the keys? You're like, it's just a party trick. I dropped them somewhere. Let me just reach under the seat. I'm gonna get them.
Yeah.
I think they fell way under the seat though. So I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
have to.
Back then, they probably wouldn't have cared. Now you might get shot. They shoot first, ask questions later.
Right.
There was actually I just watched it before he came over. It was a cop yelling at some guy in handcuffs. And a girl cop comes up and starts pulling on his belt. And she's like, hey, enough. And he turns around and grabs her by the neck.
Oh yes.
And she's
yes.
a cop.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, man. And then he tells everyone to turn their body cams off.
Right.
Man, he messed up real bad.
Yep.
Grabbed another cop by the
I've
neck.
seen that. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
I guess it happened in 2021, but
Mhm.
like footage is just now coming out.
Hmm.
Only keep it
That's
buried
not a
for
long
so
time
long.
ago.
Did
Actually.
you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're behind. You're
I'm
behind the times.
And it hit Reddit front page today. So,
Okay.
you
So
know,
everyone else is behind too.
we're all behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I get my news. Everything from Reddit. Internet's
Oh.
true. You can't lie on
I'm
there.
sorry. Yeah.
It's the most accurate. I only listen
Reddit
to
is.
Reddit and InfoWars. Those are the only two places I get my news from.
Huh.
Never go wrong with.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like you combine the two, you'll get a pretty middle of the road.
I like Reddit for news because you can read the comments, so then people will actually direct you. So you can get multiple sources. So
Sure.
You got the one article, and then
I
someone's
always
like, no,
look for
read this
that. Any
article.
article that I read, I look for the comments.
Yeah, because
So
you want other people showing you the alternate side.
right.
And I don't trust any article that you read that doesn't list their sources.
Yes.
Like, hey,
Absolutely.
this is why this happened, and they like don't list any source, and you're like, well, how?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna trust you,
Right.
Joe Schmo, name I've never heard of, sitting in an office,
Exactly.
wrote this.
Yep.
Gotta have sources,
Right.
especially when it's like data driven. They're like 80% of young adults are speeding in America. Based on
Where'd you
on
get
what?
that?
where are we getting this number?
I mean, I typed it, so there it is.
Yeah, that's like that joke where it's like 76% of stats are made up on the spot.
Right.
Just tell people that. Just replace it with whatever number you want.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep. You seen anything good on Reddit, Jared? I know. Don't you use Reddit?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I don't know. I'm a busy man.
You're a busy man.
Got time for the internet.
The internet's that's where you should live.
Right. Well, I was telling Jared that my meme consumption has dropped dramatically recently. So
The memes, I just haven't had good meme in a while. I haven't seen a good one.
Yep.
No one's making good memes.
Right.
I miss the
I
old...
think people are too concerned with reality. Like they're letting it bum them out. This is when we need memes the most. Like,
I want old school.
I don't know where all
memes.
the meme creators are, but they gotta get back on it.
I want a picture of like you two on a couch with like a top and a bottom. That's it. You know, just 2 lines of text. That's it. That's all the meme I need. I don't need deep thought here. I just want some
top text, bottom text. That's it.
That's it. It's all I need. Those are the funny ones.
Right?
That's what gets... Now it's just like TikToks or...
Ugh, yeah.
I don't have TikTok, but like I
don't
see
either.
whatever that short version. Those short clips, some of them are pretty good. There was one that was captioned like, when you're relaxing and your wife asks what you're doing, and the guy just stands up and he's like, "Whatever you say, drill sergeant, sir, I am here to please." I'm like, that was good. That was funny.
So for things like that, like I didn't like Vine when it was around.
Oh, I like
But
Vine.
after it was over, all said and done, it's dead. And then people come out with like, you know, the compilation ones. Like, you know, Vines that give me life. You know, that kind of stuff.
Vine, you can't... TikTok will never touch Vine. Like,
Yeah.
that was so innovative and funny and
Right.
also, like, off-the-wall weird.
Yes.
I haven't seen a TikTok that just makes me crack up
Right.
hilariously.
I will say, I'm kind of curious. I haven't seen, you know, what he's up to now, but the one creator that came out of the whole Vine, you know, movement was Marlon Webb. Like, I want to know what happened to him. So
I don't know who that is.
Mm.
The person I missed that fell off the earth was the =3 guy.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking
I
about?
do,
The
yes.
fail videos.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Those were great.
Hmm.
Because it was like Tosh.0 before Tosh.0, and it was before ridiculousness, which is all that MTV plays now.
Right.
It was great to see all those fails and funny videos and just have someone comment on it.
Hmm.
Now I'm sure you can find millions on YouTube of people just doing it.
Yeah.
Which is our next segue to now. We're going to play some clips.
It's the clip section, yeah.
If I had a better computer, we could.
Sure.
We could pull up articles and
Right.
stuff. This
Yep.
guy, she's on her last leg. She might catch
I mean,
on
it's
fire.
funny because like we talk about like, you know, people citing their sources. It's like everything we talk about has no sources.
That's the whole point of
Just
our
like,
show, though.
I heard this, I heard that. Yeah, no proof.
We're like the Joe Rogan show where you say something and you're like, Jamie, look that up. And
Yep.
Jamie's like, I can't find it. And you're like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I made that up. I had
That's
a
it.
dream.
Yep, 90% of the things I say are made up. So
I'm ready. I'm here. This whole is for me to argue any point. You bring something up, I'm going to argue it, even if I don't
Right.
agree.
Yep.
We
I
did
think
a whole,
I think that really is the point of this podcast. I love arguing. So
Yeah, we did a whole segment, Jared, where Jeremiah just brought up people that I've never heard of, and I just talk shit about them. I have no idea who these famous people are, and was like, sounds like an asshole. And he's like, he's
Yeah.
a really nice guy. I'm like, I don't think so, man. It's
Yep.
just not
Yep.
good.
And then there was that end, you know, where we ended with me, you know, talking about all the people I hate just because of their stupid face.
Yeah, I'm
So.
very upset with your list of people you hate.
Sorry.
Andy
It's
Samberg,
their-
he doesn't like
It's
Andy
their
Samberg.
fault for having that face. I'm sorry.
He's funny.
He is, yes, but I hate him
I know.
because of his dumb face.
See, Pete Davidson, you're the same way, right?
I actually legitimately hate Pete Davidson.
You do?
Like both his personhood and his face.
Oh, I like Pete Davidson.
So no.
Don't watch any of his SNL. I think SNL is a terrible show.
Yeah.
It's never once made me laugh.
It's true.
I just don't think it's
It's
funny.
funny because it isn't funny, and even the classic ones, I think, like you have the same you know opinion they do now. Like in the time, not funny. They're not doing well. But then, you know, those certain actors pass away or enough time has
Chris
gone
Farley,
by
we're
that you
just
look,
talking
yeah,
about Chris
exactly.
Farley.
You look back on it and you're like, oh man, back in the good old days of SNL. It's
Oh,
like,
right. Like, you didn't love Chris Farley back in the day.
who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I did.
Well, Chris Farley's like an exception to SNL.
Right.
Like, that guy was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, like Jeremiah did a
I did.
little skit
Yeah,
in
I've
school.
seen it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have. Someone
You
has
gotta
it.
dig that up.
Someone
somewhere.
has it. Yeah, it's on my personal YouTube page.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe
It is.
that's where Joy showed me.
Look that up.
Look it up.
Look
right
it up.
now.
It's there.
I'll play it right now.
I'll
There's
plug
only-
that for you,
there's
but
only
I don't
two
know
people
your
watching.
YouTube.
There you
We
go.
got Boss Undie and Super 8.
Oh, all right.
Hop on in. All
There you
right.
go.
Ask
Yep.
Jared some personal questions.
I'm an open book.
How many toes does he have?
How many
You won't
books
know
do you
unless you
have?
ask.
Right?
How many books? How many books do you have, Jared?
Well, I'm living in a van down by the river, so not a lot.
Not a lot. You're not sleeping on books?
Sometimes it feels like that.
Does it?
Yeah, that bed that I'm sleeping on right now.
It's not a good
is-
one.
Is
It's not a good one. That's for sure.
sometimes I just like
Is the
get out of
couch
bed
better?
and lay on the floor,
Oh.
like on the wooden paneling
On the
floor.
Because that's better.
It's about the same.
Sometimes I go outside and lay in the grass for comfort.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough, man. Is there any talk of getting you like a better? Why is it so bad?
It's a guest bed, so it's not.
But you
It's not
still-
meant to be
built
slept
for
in.
comfort.
It's
No.
not built for. But we don't need
it's I mean, its true purpose as a guest bed is
How-
to
what size
encourage
is it?
people to not stay very long.
What size of bed is it?
It's a full.
Why don't let's just take the one from your dad's house in the blue room?
You know, I was thinking about that,
Because
but
that one's got to be better.
yeah, it sure is. Yeah, it's definitely better. But that thing was hella hard getting into that room in the
Well,
first
no, you
place.
just
Yes.
take the mattress. Just take the mattress.
That mattress is heavy.
It is heavy.
The one in the blue room is.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, honestly, like all the
Yeah,
mattresses
mine is
at
really
Dad's
heavy
house are
too.
Super
but-
heavy.
That one that's in Joy's room isn't that heavy. It's way bigger though.
Oh yeah, that thing's really heavy.
That is, you think?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that.
I mean,
I put it in
that's-
there.
That's basically my rule of mattresses anyway. They don't move, like even from one room to the other.
That
No
one.
matter how heavy they are or light.
Wait, no,
Like,
that's actually
forget it.
that's a different mattress. 'Cause maybe it's not. I don't know. The mattress we're on now has moved a bunch because I jumped around apartment to
Mhm.
like in between area to the house.
Yep.
That frame is heavy. That's in there.
Yeah.
That's a giant frame. It's like wood and steel. Well, my parents were throwing it out, so it's like, well, you gotta do something with it. It'll also take your little toe off. It's quite a big, post on the end. If you miss
Right.
toe,
Yeah. At least nothing has ever been worse, like for moving, than that's the bedroom set that Dad bought. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow! I have never moved a bedroom set heavier than that.
the one in your dad's room.
Yes. It's like, what in the world is
That
going on? with
couch
this?
upstairs, unless I can get some decent money for it, I'm cutting it in half.
Yeah.
That was you were here
Yeah.
when we moved that. It was not fun getting up those stairs.
No. Surprised we didn't break the railing.
We scratched the wall. That's about it. The railing survived.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just want to cut it in half.
Chuck it out the window.
It's heavy. I found out it's American. It's made in the USA. It's like
Yeah.
it's a quality couch made with real wood, to last. It's who made this chair. This is American made. It's not like something you get at Walmart or Costco that's gonna fall apart
Yeah,
in 3
so
years.
it's
Yeah.
made out of apple pie and napalm.
Yeah,
There you go.
bald eagle piss. That's
Yep.
that's what holds it together.
Speaking of chairs, I was like, I think I'm gonna finally break down and buy a Herman Miller chair, but every time I look at that price tag, I'm like,
Do you want a Corvette chair?
no.
Why not?
Why?
It's the seat out of a Corvette. That's way cool.
I know, but I need like an office chair. Like
Yeah,
not
but
a-
I mean, it would become an office chair. Not this one. There's another one in the garage that needs to go in the base of an office chair.
Oh yeah, maybe I might like I could weld up a frame for it.
It's all it needs.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll take it off the frame rails. 'Cause it's currently sitting on frame rails with, unless you want to be really fancy and put a battery under it, and you have full controls, reclining and everything. There goes my recline your hat right off.
full effect.
Yeah, full effect.
Flip your lid there.
I want you all to learn. That reminds me. My grandma has had cancer 3 times, and her second time she had to wear wigs because her hair was falling out.
Yeah.
My dad used to say, "Oh, Ma, don't flip a wig, all right? Calm down." Say that to her so and she'd get so upset and angry at him. But it was
you really
funny.
threw me there, like how you went to you're talking about flip your lid, and you're like, speaking of which, my grandma had cancer
yeah.
3 times.
Let me-
Like, where is this going?
Right?
That's
Speaking
this
of
whole.
flipping your lid.
It's the whole podcast. People
It
that
really
tune
is.
in,
Yep, that's how
are
it works.
listening, and they're like,
Yep.
"Okay, I like cars. Why are we
Yeah.
talking about UFOs?
I'm
What's
following this.
Right?
Following
Where
this.
do we go?"
Wow.
How many
Talk about
toes does
weeks.
Jared have?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, Jeremiah did the one where we went everywhere. Like, we started at such a normal thing,
Mm-hmm.
and we had gone to like voting rights and then UFOs, and now we're back down to gambling. Now we're talking about flowers and animals, and just
Right.
all over the place.
Yes.
Y'all need some structure in your lives.
No, that's the whole. There's too much structure in this
That's
world.
for a different podcast. This one is
different
not that. Yeah. If you want structure, then you gotta tune into
Their
all,
other
all
brother,
intentions.
their other
podcast,
brothers thing,
yes.
whatever that one's called. I can't remember now. What is it? What's Kyle's podcast name?
6 of 1.
6 of 1. They have a structure. Go listen to them
Yes.
if they're still doing it.
Actual topics.
Yeah, they pick topics and
Right.
stay on topic.
Yeah. But
What we
I can't
talked
do
about?
that.
What Indian weddings?
even if I have a topic, like this is what the topic I'm going to talk about is, it's going to
my
there's gonna
brain
be so
has
many
to go. It
tangents.
has,
Yeah.
Doesn't your brain like that, Jared? You just have to let all the thoughts out.
chase the rabbit hole. Chase the rabbit, or is it chase the rabbit, or follow the rabbit hole? There you go. That's
Or
it.
chase the dragon.
Chase
Are we
the
shooting
dragon.
up?
Yes, let's not do that.
All right, guys. Everyone, get your elastic bands out. We're gonna chase the dragon. Is heroin chase the dragon, or is that something else?
I think it is, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Or smoking chasing the dragon?
No, I
Smoke
think
something?
I think it's. I think
No, it's meant to
Opium.
denote the first high. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be
Yeah, I
like,
know that.
and you never get
Oh,
that same high
he's
again. So
chasing
chasing the
that- oh.
dragon is like chasing your first high.
I see.
I don't know that for any specific reason.
Yeah. The dragon won't come back here. I'm trying, man.
I know. First time I heard that, I'm like, that sounds amazing. Is that like a fantasy group? I'm enjoying that.
I think that's the thing that a lot of movies get wrong. Like, there's no drug out there that's putting you in a full fantasy world where you're like chasing and fighting dragons. Like, there's I don't think there's anything out there that's gonna fully
the
disassociate
Simpsons
you.
movie, with Homer's Vision Quest. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's-
oh yeah, how do you do that?
Maybe ayahuasca, which is just basically DMT.
I
But
was gonna say, like, you can't speak to this because you haven't tried every drug.
so I gotta try them all. All right,
that's
It's
the
a
secret.
challenge.
You got to take them all at once, right?
all at once.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
good way to die.
Let them battle it out.
See who wins.
Yeah.
See, you start with heroin, and immediately before it kicks in, you snort coke. It's gonna level you right out. Now you're in a playing field. Now you try another drug, right? You just gotta keep mixing them.
That's right.
You can't let an upper explode your heart or a downer make you stop breathing. All right, you gotta
Right?
keep going.
Got to time it right.
You gotta
too.
yeah,
Time and dosage. That's it. Yeah.
time and dosage. Oh, it's. Did you ever see the movie The Last Christmas? I think it is. You don't like Seth Rogen, I don't think. It's a Seth Rogen movie. Did you ever see it, Jared?
No.
They party every Christmas Eve together, and like they're all getting older, so like we're gonna do one last one, and one of the guy's wife buys them all their drugs to do and alcohol for the night. And he's like, yeah, my wife got me this kit. She's a little off on the quantities though. And they open the kit and it's like a tiny baggie of weed, but like a normal Ziploc of like coke. And he's like, she's not really up to par on what the quantities of the drugs are supposed to be. Just all over the place. Like, here's a pound of shrooms and like a gram of weed for 3 people. That's how I think drug people would be like, I'd like to buy 1 marijuana, please. However many a marijuana is.
Right? 1 unit.
one unit. But yes, I haven't done all the drugs, but I still don't think there's like a Vision Quest drug where you're fully out of it.
Yeah, I mean, psychedelics are, pretty good.
Right, but I mean, you can still at least grasp you're in like a world.
So I've actually
Right? You're not flying on a rug through space.
I've done like a period of time where I was like trying to train myself into lucid dreaming. So.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. So like DMT and ayahuasca, a lot of times people, they're not up and walking around. They're down and out.
Yeah.
Yes, you could go through a Vision Quest like that because you're just in dreamland.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not like going to the grocery store. Next thing you know, you're fighting a dragon in the
Yeah.
in the KFC.
Well, I was at a party once, It's a bonfire, and me and my buddy both took an eighth of shrooms, which was way too much to take in hindsight. And we were the only two people at this party who took this batch of
I thought you were
shrooms.
gonna say we're the only two people at this
Yeah.
party.
Yeah,
It's not
I
really
was
a party.
Suddenly it was full.
No.
It's like, wow, this party's amazing.
We were standing by the bonfire, and like I'm staring into the fire and like feeling it, like yep, they're finally starting to kick in, and then I hear a thud on the ground next to me, and I look down, and my buddy is having a full-on seizure on the ground right next to me.
Jeez, that's terrifying.
Yeah, and he woke up like after 30 seconds or so,
It was all right.
perfectly fine. He's like, "Why am I on the ground?" It's like, dude, you just had a seizure. So the rest of the night, like I was freaking out
So
because
you
it's
have
like,
to watch him.
yeah, because like, okay, we are the only two people who took these shrooms. He just had a seizure. Like, what's gonna happen to me? So I just sat in the car for the rest of the night, like sweating and freaking out. It was
Oh
like,
man,
it was a terrible trip.
there's a guy I know who he's still in the area, but he was way into like psychedelics when we were in high school. He was older than me, but he would do them. He was a super smart guy, like always researching stuff. He was using it to like stop smoking or getting a workout. Like he was not doing it recreational. He's like, I have
Yeah.
a purpose for taking the drug. Well, one night I was hanging out with him, then he left and went over to someone else's house, and he does shrooms, I think shrooms or acid, and I guess they were all in the garage, with the garage closed, and they had like a gun, like a shotgun or something
Uh-oh.
hanging up, and he saw it and got in his head or something. No one knows, but he started freaking out and thought that someone here in this group was going to shoot him.
Hmm.
So he lifted the garage by hand and just ran out.
Oh, wow.
Like that someone was going to kill him. So they went looking for him and couldn't find him. So they called the cops to like help. So the cops came out, and then he started like trying to attack the cops and run away from them. So they called a helicopter in
Oh,
to like find him. And they found him hiding in a bush, and a cop came to try and calm him down, and he shoved the cop down and took his gun.
Oh god.
oh,
What?
jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
And he didn't get shot.
He didn't get shot. And yeah, so he did get arrested, and he had to go to jail for a little bit, not like prison, but probably however many days, and it was on house arrest. But now he's good. It's back to good. But
Jeez.
that's how fast things can just turn when you're out of your mind. Like, I'm sure he knew he was in the real world, but he was probably actually terrified that people were coming to kill him.
Man.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Reminds me of a song.
So,
I mean, yeah. It's called El Paso.
would you like to play it for us?
No, I don't want to get.
There's a
demonetized.
ukulele and 2 guitars. I mean, let's all get one.
Yeah, but anyway, so it's based about this cowboy, and they're drinking mezcal, and he basically thinks that his buddy stole his money, and so he shoots him, and then he
Wow. Shoot first, ask questions
Yeah.
later.
yep, and so then people are freaking out, and he looks down, and someone he thought someone had taken his money and reached in his pockets, all his money's there. And he's like, what? Oh no.
Oh man, just killed my friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Sonora's Death Row. That's what it was. It's not El Paso. It's Sonora's Death Row.
Let me see.
They're both very similar, and they deal with cowboys
Doing drugs.
shooting each other and dying. Yeah.
So there's this.
So-
I don't know if you've heard this. This was a night.
911, what's your emergency? I have knife hands. Excuse me? I was down and my hands were knives. Your hands are knives? Yeah. And you put the knives down? No, they're my hands. Alright, where are you? I don't want knife hands. You can't hit my jacket. I can't high-five anything. It's okay, sir. Let's work this out. What am I going to do? Be a chef? Just chop, chop, chop. My whole life, nothing but chopping. No, chop that. How did you call 911? I called on my phone. And how did you dial the number? With my fingers. Okay, where are your fingers? On my hands. Oh, God, they're back. Oh, thank you. Oh, my God, look at them. I love these hands. What's your name? Is it Sharon? No. Oh, Sharon, you're an angel. I am not. That's what an angel would say. Thank you, Sharon. You're welcome. This acid is really messing with me.
Like
Is that like one of those from that show with that animated show, whatever it is?
I have no idea what it's
Something.
from, but
Oh.
it's fantastic because that's how a drug 911 would call, even if it's scripted. Like,
Right.
How did you dial it? With my fingers? Where are they? On my hands. Thank you. They're back.
They've returned after a long journey.
Exactly. So where do we go from drugs now? Now we're on drugs. Should we do some right now?
No.
I'm too old.
You're too old. We're past that now. You're wearing the sunglasses. You could be, like doing the drugs. Do you have the dragas?
No, I'm wearing the sunglasses because you put the giant light in my face.
Look, it's gotta, it's gotta equal out. If not, we look, it's bad. We'll have to show you.
It is.
Like,
I mean, yeah. If you look at our
episode 1.
early episodes, yeah, yep.
There's the only light down here is this.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like you're filming in a cave.
It
Pretty
does.
much,
It
yeah.
did. Yeah. I mean,
it really did.
the audio was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It sounded very crisp, but the visuals were not good. You could have just, we could have been sitting. You don't even know. There could have been a third person in the room. We had to put the light right between us. You probably wouldn't even been even seen.
Mm-hmm.
I can get behind that.
I could. People would wonder where the third voice is coming from.
Your imaginary friend.
Well, usually it's Grogu.
That's right.
You've got Grogu over there. I think you knocked
Oh
him
no,
there.
he fell.
Yep. There he is.
That's
Yep.
Grogu.
Hello.
Lift up his dress. Look at his little legs.
Oh, that's it.
Oh.
Can't believe it.
No, I violated him.
Yep. It's now become a toxic work environment.
It's okay.
Get sued for
We
sexual
here.
harassment.
You can call us Blizzard.
Yeah.
It's like working at Blizzard. It's all okay.
That is like their fall is like people are gonna be writing.
I think they're still
writing-
falling.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they're like, well, we haven't we hit rock bottom a long time ago, but since
Well,
we
I read that they
got
tried-
these shovels, we might as well keep going.
They tried the upswing of hiring like a female CEO or high thing to like say, oh, we've turned a leaf, and she quit after 3 months. She's like, they were treating me like a token of, hey, like they didn't care about her.
It really was. That's what it is.
I mean,
yeah.
but the fact that they were using it like that makes you look even worse.
Yes.
You're like, no, we're totally cool. We hired a woman. Here, look, she does all of our press conferences. Look,
Yep.
it's a woman. We have one woman.
right?
Yeah, it's not a good look for you when you've been accused of being bad to women.
Yeah.
Now you have a token woman.
Right.
Just double down on that.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, people are gonna be writing, books and documentaries about.
It's bold
Just
of you to
the-
assume books are on our future. I don't know if
You
we're
don't
still
think
writing
so?
books in the future.
I think books are one of those timeless things. Like they're gonna always be around.
You think?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't even know if
People. I mean, let's say there's.
when we die
I read
off,
a lot, digitally, but there's nothing compares to actually holding a book in your.
I think you're in the
and reading.
minority here with the younger
So.
generation. Think of all the books. There used to be bookstores everywhere. Go in
true.
and read a book. They're all like shuttered up now.
Yeah.
They're also real expensive. Books are pretty expensive.
Yeah, yeah. They have been, but that's probably a result of them
Less
not
buying.
making as many anymore.
Right.
So, it's more expensive to do, a run of books when.
Maybe they'll hit a stride like vinyl. Vinyl was expensive when it came out, then so cheap because no one wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
Then it got to like a normal price, and now some vinyl's super expensive because it's like trendy again.
Right.
Vinyl just keeps flowing in and out of what people.
Yeah.
I mean, I collect it. It's here.
I have pretty much a whole shelf full of vinyl right now. So.
I've got
Yeah.
these ones are for show, and then I've got a few for listening upstairs. All the vinyl that the Goo Goo Dolls have ever released. Bought their box sets, their live albums, and apparently in their box set they hand wrote letters for each one because there's only 100 of them, I think. But I never opened it to find out. Record store day deals, where you have to go to the record store and buy,
Right.
which I heard is not good. Some artists are against record store day.
Yeah.
It's like a ploy to sell or something. I don't know.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah, the point, was to get people into the record store, so you're not just buying online to keep them in. But some argument about it's not actually that. I don't know. It's the only time I've been to a record store and bought something was on record store day. Worked for me and the 3 record stores I bought from. Ann Arbor and Lansing, I think, are the only 2 I've gone to? Do you guys go to record store?
I haven't been in a long time, but yeah, there was that one in Ann Arbor that kept moving. Used to go to that one quite a bit. And then John took us to one like in Royal Oak or something.
I
like
just
that,
went to the
so.
Royal Oak one.
Yeah.
There was nothing really to buy. They had a few of the limited release albums, but I already have one hanging on the
That
wall
one was
there.
that one was more so like they had a like a small factory in the back, small press. And
Oh,
then,
really?
And then in the front they had like merchandise,
Oh,
not
that's
necessarily
not the
like
one
a
I went
ton
to.
of like records to buy.
That's cool. That's
so.
not the one I went to.
Mm.
The only thing I was interested in buying is if they had a Foxy Shazam vinyl.
Mm.
But apparently those are super rare, which is
Mm.
why I thought maybe in a small town record store they might have one still. 'Cause no one really buys.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't have it.
I was surprised how many people were at the machine shop when we saw them.
They sold out. Their tour added more dates, sold those out, and now they're on a second half of the tour because they got so much love.
Yeah.
Foxy's really taken off. And then Eric Nally just went and did 2 concerts with Macklemore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I guess they're back on a roll. You come back and
Yeah, I mean, I saw them at the Shelter in Detroit when, I was a sophomore in high school, so this would have been 12, 13 years ago.
they still have a huge draw.
Yeah, well, Joy and I went, and we were the youngest people there by, like, years and years, because it's the Shelter, and it was, like, 10 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
and it was on a school night, too. I don't know how we got away with that.
That's all my bands I like are early 2000s, late 90s. So I go and it's like adults or now really old people,
Yeah.
like couples, like swaying to the music, and I'm
Right.
like, well, cool.
It's funny. I saw a meme on Facebook. Someone posted. It's the Saving Private Ryan. Where he's like fading into an old man thing, and
Okay.
it's like, when you hear they're putting on classic rock on the radio, and you're expecting to hear Zeppelin,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
it's Weezer,
Yeah, it's Weezer and Green Day and Jimmy Eat World.
right?
Dude, I was in the bank yesterday, and they were playing Jimmy Eat World in the bank.
Jimmy Eat World's a really old band.
Yep.
Jimmy Eat World took Blink on one of their first tours, and Blink was started in '92. So Jimmy Eat World, like they looked up to that band. So it's like Blink is so old now; they're on classic rock. So that's nuts.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah,
old.
Right.
Avalon Black is actually playing on the 4th of July, in Royal Oak. They're playing right in front of O'Toole's on the Soaring Eagle stage. So that's a pretty big gig for them.
Yeah, we didn't talk on the podcast. I probably told you, but there was a band. They got to be in their 30s, maybe early 40s. They just had found them on Instagram. Like they paid for the ad, and they had maybe one song, maybe two. Their whole page was just clips of it, and they were pretty good as like a rock, almost like Avalon Black. And they got now they got invited. They did a world tour with The Offspring. They opened for The Offspring. I'm like, imagine just like you're old and you're like, let's just try out Instagram, and now you're on tour with The Offspring every night at huge arenas. Like that's nuts that can just happen.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, Avalon Black was supposed to go on tour with Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were still around.
Me neither. But I guess they backed out last minute as the headliner, and they got replaced. They replaced him with Tool.
Oh, a Tool.
Yeah. So, yeah, the guys didn't want to do that.
They didn't want to do it.
No.
They should just do everything. Like I'm not a huge fan of Mod Sun, the artist, but he got big because he wanted to be a rapper, but he was really good at drums. So like a metal band was like, hey, we want you to go on tour with us and be the drummer. And he was like, the only condition is I get to open for your shows. So he did rap at heavy metal concerts. And he's like, I got booed at a lot of them. But he's like, you get a ton of visibility. He's like, it was a huge metal band. He's like, I didn't care. He's like, I was just there because maybe one person in that crowd was like, I'm into this. This is
Yeah,
all right. I'll check
I
it
always
out."
bring up as the example of know your audience, and like these promoters cannot put the wrong act on stage of Andrew WK at the Gathering about ICP.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah. The thing with I'm not an ICP fan at all, but I've heard their gathering is super fun to go to, even if you don't like the music.
Not
it's
if you're Andrew WK.
No, what happened?
He starts going into, his party song or whatever, and people are booing him, yelling, throwing stuff at him. Trash gets thrown on the stage. Yeah, I mean, they were not having it at all.
That's weird because when I was in high school, friends would go and they're like, it was the most welcoming. They saw some weird stuff. The things they've told me they've seen that happened. Yep. Fago bottles being shoved in areas of the body they should not be on stage.
Yep. I didn't know that people exist with nostrils that big, but
it wasn't their nostril. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, it's not where it was going.
I saw a different clip then.
You don't want to see this clip. If it exists, you don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I would click it though if it existed.
Morbid curiosity.
I've got to know. I've found way too many in Reddit where they're like, "Oh, there's a link to something that's disturbing like this," and I'm like, "Might as well click this." I mean,
sure.
I gotta know.
I mean, I have seen a lot of people die, on the internet, not searching for it, just happen to see it. And none of them really disturb you except for one I saw. One.
This one's gonna be real bad.
This one really disturbed me. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
I mean, just thinking about it now, it's tough because it's a kid. Normally adults, I'm like, whatever.
Kids and
you
animals.
live your life,
Anything
whatever.
Animals getting hurt, animal
really
abuse. You can't watch that.
Yeah.
Get that out of here.
Yep.
A kid?
Yes.
I don't even know if I want to hear about it. That ain't right.
I'm not giving you details, but yeah, that one.
Now I want to know details. You can't say I'm not giving you.
Yeah, he literally just said he's got this morbid curiosity where he clicks on links that he shouldn't.
Well, it's the same situation where someone's like, "Oh, they just told me something crazy. I can't tell you."
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Then why did you say I can't tell you? Now I have to know.
Yeah, I mean, some of these videos like they're overly graphic. You know for sure that pile of mush isn't a person anymore. They're not alive. They didn't survive that. In this case, not so much.
You're left
but
wondering.
You see just enough that you're like, that kid got done in. Yeah.
That's like the falling ones where they fall from crazy heights, and you're like, there's a possibility that you're alive. And you go to the comments, and they're like, he's dead. You're like, okay.
Right.
It's a shred of hope. We could have made it.
Right.
All those work site ones, those ones freak me out. Like the people that are always trying to it's a grinder getting jammed, and they're putting their arm in it, and you're like, what are you doing?
Don't do that.
You're gonna get sucked in.
No, there you go. There it goes. Yep.
Or the gun ones where
and
someone's
then there he goes, and there he goes.
Right.
Yeah.
The gun ones where you see someone, they load it and they're throwing it around, and then they clear it, and then you're like, oh, see the clip's out, and you're like, oh my god, are they gonna shoot something?
Yeah, I mean that's too real for you and I.
Right, with guns.
Yeah.
Jared shot me once. Right, everybody.
No.
Right in the face.
Right in the face. That's why I look like this.
That's a new face.
I wasn't born like this. I was way more beautiful.
You could probably get into a casino now. They don't mess with people with gunshot wounds.
Right.
Gunshot scars. No, I was talking about how our CPL instructor almost shot us.
Oh, yeah. We didn't almost shoot us. He was aiming away. He did blow out my eardrum again, though.
No, it went right across my body, right in front of me. I think I was the only one standing to his right.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you guys were on his left.
Because he's aiming out the trees, kind of.
Yeah, he had it right across his chest here, and pulls trigger, goes right past me, and then into the next field.
Well, what's crazy is he had the magazines behind him, and he ran through 2 or 3 of them, showing us how you should just drop the mag, to reload faster. He's like, you don't have to be nice about it. He's like, because if you're in a situation, you're not like, oh, here's my mag. He was just dropping them to the ground. He was telling us that's what he wants to do, and I think he just pulled one, dropped it, pulled one, and he was like, all right. It's like, wow. And it only had one in it, because he pulled it out and it was empty.
Only takes one.
Yeah, it only takes one. He was real flustered after that.
Yeah.
As you would imagine.
Right. You should be. You should retire.
You should. Yeah, he probably should. Well, he doesn't do it anymore. I don't think that's the reason. And COVID knocked it out. It's very hard. If your only living is doing those classes every weekend, and then COVID hits, it's like, well, you got to pivot. You can't stay doing classes.
Right.
Because I'm sure it's not enough to bank on. You're not building a huge savings pile.
Right. Yeah.
When you said gunshot people are scary, I was in a hotel in Chicago. Guy's in a hot tub when we get in, and he stands up to get out, and it's like a bigger black guy, but he stands up and he's got like 4 or 5 gunshot wounds in his back, and like 2 stab wounds, and I'm like, this dude has seen some shit. Like, he went through it. I don't know what his previous life or current life is, but it literally looked like the movies like Deadpool or, you know, any superhero when they do the cleanup scene, or they pull off their shirt and they're all scarred up. That's what it looked like. Man. I wonder if they were all on one. Like, did he get stabbed and
Was
shot
that
up
one
on
event?
one day,
Yeah.
or
Right.
are you going through life where you keep getting shot?
That's a good question. Would you, if you're gonna have multiple, scars like that, would you want them to all happen at once, or keep happening to you at random intervals?
Am I
throughout your life?
guaranteed that I'm gonna survive?
Well, yeah. I mean, because you get them
all
you
at
end
once.
Up, you end up with a collection of scars.
All at once.
All at once. Yeah. Just have a really bad day.
A really bad day.
And a really long recovery.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Well,
You don't want to like just be recovered from a gunshot wound. You're like,
And then
I'll get my coffee stabbed in the back. You're like, not again.
Right? That'd be an awful superpower, though. Is that you are guaranteed to survive, any wound like that. But as soon as it heals, like you have normal healing time, so you have that period of time in between, like it'll heal. But as soon as it heals, that day you get another one.
well, that doesn't sound like a superpower. That sounds like a curse.
You survive them though. I mean, it sure might be a curse, but
Would you do it to like yourself though? You're like, it's almost healed. Stab myself with scissors.
eventually you'd get smart enough to do that. Yeah, but
That's an injury that counts. Cosmic power, that one counts. Scissors to the hand.
you'd have to figure out if it did or not. Like,
Would
if
it be
it's fake.
cooler if you were talking to a guy with all those scars and he was like, "Oh, this has happened over 5 years," or would it be cooler if he was like, "This was one night"? Which one is cooler?
It is the one night. Yeah.
One night, you're like,
Do I have a story for you?
Do I have a story?
Let me tell you about the worst night of my life.
Started
And the
waking up.
worst night of those other guys' lights.
Right.
It was their last night too.
I remember he had a big black eye when I was a kid, and my grandpa was like, if anyone asks you, always say you should see the other guy. Like, I always thought it was like so cool. But
Right?
I mean, to me it was cool. I was like 11. So when someone asked me, I'm like, you should see the other guy, they were like, this kid's a fucking good kid.
You mean he's unscathed? Yeah.
Yeah, the other guy was my cousin, and the guy who did it was my own knee. All right. On a bounce house, my own knee came out and hit me in the eye.
That's not a good story.
It wasn't. We were doing wrestling moves, and he was just laying on the top of your back, and I just went a little too limp. So when I landed, I just like let my knee come up,
Yeah.
knocked
Yeah.
my ass right out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did almost the exact same thing with one of those little like kiddie plastic snowboards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those are sketchy, man.
Yeah. Well, they like had just plowed the parking lot at the bottom of the hill. There's this big frozen wall of ice
You
right
wanted
at the
to go
bottom of
down
the
it?
hill. Yeah. So what we would do is you'd go down the hill, you'd hit the wall of ice, you'd kick your feet out of the board, and then just tuck and roll into the parking lot.
Such a bad plan.
So yeah, it was like the very last
All
time
it
I went
requires
down.
is perfect timing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I hit the wall of ice, go to kick my feet out, my back foot comes out, but my front one didn't.
Oh,
So I
man.
just like pull the board right up to my face, and it just sliced my eye open.
Oh.
Yeah, immediately just started pissing blood all over the snow.
Yeah, any head face cuts, they bleed like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Had to get 6 stitches and had just like a huge black and purple eye for weeks.
And Jared's the only one of us that's ever broken a bone too.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it pretty far in life without breaking it, but like we did. You know what a quarter pipe is?
Yeah.
So like our friend's dad was carpenter, so like we skated. So he built us one, like a pretty damn tall one.
I've built them before. I
And
can't skate in them, but
It had
yeah.
coping and stuff. And one day, like we're not good skaters, so we're like, you know what we should do? It's at the bottom of his driveway, so we start pushing each other in one of those red wagons that you can steer with the handle
Yeah.
into it. And we're like, well, this isn't good enough. So we picked that thing up and dragged it to the corner where there was a giant hill in our neighborhood. This'll be better. So we get 4 guys in it, go down the hill, and we go off of it, and it just like lands flat.
Oh,
We're all fine. So what do? We're like, we need more speed. So we have 2 guys put like the whole. I don't know what we thought was gonna happen. Like we're just going till someone gets hurt.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we do
Yeah,
the
that's
same
how
thing.
those
2
things
guys
work, yeah.
push us. We got all these guys in
Yeah.
here, and the front, is all like wobbling as you go down because it's not good steering. Man, we launched so far off that thing. I noped out like in the air. The 2 guys in the back, just they crushed the bottom guy.
Oh.
And he got real. No broken bones,
Oh.
but that was the end of it. Yeah, we literally were doing things until someone gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, so it's lame in the driveway. Then we get a little bit of air off the back of it, and we're like, well, no one was hurt. Jump higher and farther.
Yeah.
Don't no idea where our parents were. I mean, they're all there. They're like, what are our kids doing? Where are they taking that giant ramp?
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Right? Oh, sounds like the girl's back.
Yep, they're back. We're getting close to the end here. We got an ending
Yeah.
topic.
End topic.
Jared, you got a topic? Anything on your mind? Seen in the news? Something crazy?
Mm,
You want to talk about hating boat people? I mean,
boat people.
when I was working today, I rang the lady's doorbell, and it was this little old, Swedish lady
Jared's a prostitute for his work, so that's where the story's going.
Might as
It's
well
always
be.
a surprise.
selling my body at the very least.
Right?
But she's like, "Oh, thank you so much for ringing the boat."
Bringing the boat?
She I was like, "What?"
1 second, Kyle.
Oh.
We're almost done.
Ringing the bell. I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, the boat.
Yeah, you gotta go upstairs.
Yep, we'll be right up there in a little bit.
I want to show you something.
All right,
We'll
be right
up
up.
there as soon as we wrap this up. As soon as we end.
It's an angry door close.
It's like, wait a minute. You have to see this right now. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
That was the
That was the
highlight of my
story.
day.
Little
Yeah.
old lady.
she's got a boat.
Who doesn't know how to speak English?
Would have been cool if you had a boat. Nah, no problem. Here's your boat. He's like, I said bell. You're like, you have a boat now.
This is it.
This
Yep.
is you owe us. You pay now. All right, well that's it. Jeremiah, tell us how. Do you even remember how to? Remember the
Jeez,
out?
I know.
It's
I'm
been
out
so
of
long.
practice. Yep. So that was episode 29 of Zero Intentions Podcast. This is Kyle. I'm Jeremiah. I'd like to thank Jared for being a special guest this week.
Yeah, there are people in here. There's
That's
more
right.
people. If you liked Jared, tell him in the comments on
Right.
the YouTube that Jeremiah will talk about later, and we'll bring him back.
Yes. Yep. So we do have a YouTube channel where all of our streams will then be migrated over there, so you can watch them later at your convenience. So go on over there, leave a comment, share, like, subscribe, all the stuff that makes you a good person over there.
Yeah.
And we definitely appreciate it. Also, feel free to drop any content ideas that you want to see, either live in chat right here or on YouTube. The whole purpose of this podcast is that there really is no plan. So you want us to talk about a particular topic, you want us to engage, feel free to join the conversation, and we can easily just change the direction of whatever we're talking about. So we want to hear from you, so please leave something there and
Right.
yeah.
If
We'll
you
hop
if you
on
want
it.
more content on the screen, send us $500. We'll buy a laptop for the stream.
There you go.
We'll
Yeah.
play clips.
That's it.
You could have seen
You
Jeremiah.
could help us increase your entertainment. There you
Yeah.
go. It's self-serving in the end, really. I mean,
Yeah, we take cash. I mean, animals. You got a goat? I'll take a goat.
I know
Any
how
form of payment.
to make money from a goat. Sure, yeah, to lots of things.
All right, send 2 goats. I'd like one as a pet, and I don't know what he's gonna do with the other one. Send 2 goats. 2 goats is the price for a laptop.
Horns to hoof, man. You can get a lot of stuff out of that goat.
I don't want to know. I don't want to
okay.
know. Send one to him and one to me. I'll take care of my goat. Don't know what he's doing. It's gonna go find that little old lady.
That's
Who
right.
knows what to do with the goat?
You cook goat all the time, so here you go. Let's do this. You know those Swedish goats, right?
Like Swedish fish? Do they come in a little package? Is it the same
I'm sure.
thing?
I'm sure. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, I don't feel like we got into anything offensive today.
Fuck boat
so
people. Fuck them all. All
okay,
you boat
well there you
people.
go.
There
So
you
there
go.
you
There's your
go.
offensiveness.
Now you're offended. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
if you're a boat person, you should be. And,
Maybe a goat person too.
and a
They're
goat
probably
person.
Oh yeah,
offended.
yeah.
the
Gay.
goat,
Look
the
at
goat
that.
boat people. Yep.
The goat boat people. You might be cool if you're a goat boat person. Like if your whole identity is going on
Yeah.
the weekend on your boat
Right?
with your goats. Like
That's
that's
right.
You've heard of GoPro, but have you heard of Goat Boat?
Okay. One more quick story. I was at the
Well, there
gas
you go.
station.
There's the title of the podcast right
In
there.
Brighton.
Goat boat.
And a car drives by me as I'm filling up gas. I was like, did that guy have a bird in his car? And he turns into the gas station. He had like 6 fancy chickens. You know, like the silk chickens.
All right.
In his car. No cage.
Not just regular chickens.
No. And he hops out to get gas, and I take a picture and send it to Joy. I'm like, this guy has silky fancy chickens in his car. We're at the gas station. What is this guy's life plan?
And that actually came up as a topic at my tabletop. We're talking about
Silky chickens.
You know, randomly rolling characters. We see a farmer come up more often than not. Farmer comes with a chicken, and it's like, why does all these brand new characters always get a chicken? And so it's like, you know, it's like, well, for one thing, it kind of brings up the idea of why, you know, if this farmer is, you know, has a chicken farm, he raises chickens. Why does he carry this one chicken around with him everywhere he goes?
It's his friend chicken.
Yep.
That's the one that made it out. He pardons a chicken every time.
Right?
So we've definitely offended people now.
There you go.
And I want to see one of your characters be a goat boat. Like, I want to see that show up in your campaign.
Right?
You're walking near the water and you hear a noise. A goat boat has appeared.
We did have a character who turned into a goat man. So
the goat man?
Yeah, all we have to do is get him on a boat, and there you go.
Get him on a boat.
Yeah.
Name it the goat boat. All right, roll us out, Jeremiah.
All right, so yes, so once again, thanks for joining us. And as always, if you're offended by anything we say, then I suggest that you zip it.
That's good.
Yeah.
I guess I can roll the ending here.
There you go.
Keep time. All right, Jared, you're off camera.
Woo.
You can do whatever you want now. You're still on audio, though.
Oh no. We don't close this out with like the Lord's Prayer or something?
The Lord's Prayer, no.
What? No.
Oh, I don't even know the Lord's Prayer.
Goat boat!